Hi, I'm Turner, and I work for the CU Environmental Center. We're here in Boulder to see what people think about environmental justice. We have no idea what they're going to say, but we're going to go find out. Come on. Excuse me, do you have like 5 minutes to answer a couple questions? Cool. Have a good day. Excuse me, do one of you have 5 minutes to answer just a couple questions for the Environmental Center?
No.
Excuse me, do you have about 5 minutes to answer a couple questions?
No.
All right, have a good day. Go Broncos. We had a bit of a rough start, but I really wanted to ask the questions. What is environmental justice, and how does it affect your life? After a bit of persistence, we finally started to get some luck. Excuse me, do one of you have 5 minutes to answer a couple questions for the CU Environmental Center?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Good. What is environmental justice?
Environmental justice. Wow. Loaded question.
Boy, that is a tough question.
Honey.
You first, Mr.
You know we just came from a bar, you know that.
That's okay. Justice, like...
Justicia.
Yeah?
Justicia. Okay, that's a very good question.
Environmental justice. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of like been a bit bipolar on it over a few years. I'm usually fairly like environmentally conservative, so I would like basically tick all my boxes in the environment case. But there's definitely times when I see like a lot of wastage going on around me that I'm thinking like, what is my effect on this if I'm just like recycling this or just like turning off the tap here and there.
At the Environmental Center, we talk about environmental justice all the time, but I guess I had forgotten that it's not part of the everyday vocabulary. I realized through talking to people in Boulder that even though not everyone was familiar with environmental justice, most people were pretty passionate about environmental issues.
Putting a lot of CO2 in the atmosphere and causing changes in the climate, and then the people who will be facing the consequences of those actions are not the people that initiated the change in the first place.
We're going to have such intense poverty and starvation globally that it's going to be a security issue, if it isn't already.
Just like finding a cause, standing for it, and following through with whatever it is you're trying to make change or awareness to, and I guess that's what I would define as environmental justice.
Great.
So.
Understand the needs of nature, the needs of people, because I believe in spirituality also. And believing in spirituality, we have to take care of what our eyes see.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what it means for my life. So I'm kind of, I haven't really made up my mind on that.
Great. It was great to talk to the people on the streets in Boulder, but I decided I wanted to hear from my colleagues at the Environmental Center and some CU students.
Environmental justice is working to give a voice to those who do not have their own voice or cannot find their own voice.
So environmental justice is, I guess in a way, kind of a contradiction. What I'm worried about is environmental injustice. What I hope for is environmental justice.
Through the products we buy. Most of our clothing is made in other countries, and we can't necessarily ensure that they have really good working and labor practices.
I used to store the water I used to take bath for cleaning my clothes or doing other stuff. So it's like that. The water resource is so limited there.
We need to answer the question, is clean air and clean water a right or a privilege?
Also the kind of research I am doing, because renewable energy and drugs for detrimental diseases, these are the two most alarming questions to the human race nowadays.
The shorthand is, you don't see the landfill on the nice side of town. And there's a reason. The nice side of town has a political wherewithal to keep the landfill out, and the not so nice side of town does not.
And so that's my big thing, is making sure that the youth just stay educated and stay knowledgeable in these contemporary issues that are going on right now, whether that be socially or environmentally.
Food is a great platform for this conversation. Food gets into environmental justice. You don't have to dig too far into the life cycle of a coffee cup to get into environmental justice.
I try and do organic, locally grown things. I'm really into food, so I try and do the best to buy stuff that's locally grown and stuff like that.
I don't know, I think of Captain Planet like someone looking after the environment, putting programs in place to fix what damage we've already done and to stop future damage.
Putting programs in place to protect the environment. I think would be a good way to put it.
Yeah, sounds good.
As an individual, you have the power to make a positive impact on the environment and lessen the negative impact of the rest of the world.
You know, that was really interesting to hear people's initial reactions to the questions, what is environmental justice really? And how does that affect my life? And now that we've been able to compare some answers of the experts from the CU Environmental Center and the random people walking around in Boulder, it makes me wonder, what would my answer to that question be? And it really opens the door for a very interesting discussion on just what is environmental justice and what can we all do about it. For more information, go to ecenter.colorado.edu. Thanks for watching.